This is possibly the most despicable case we have seen in Indian politics for a while. Now, the Indian media is, of course, underplaying it by calling it a sex scandal, by calling it a sleaze scandal. But what it is really is a case of multiple sexual assaults, multiple sexual harassment, and possibly even rape. Consider this: a man who's fairly young, in his early 30s, is featured in over 2,000 videos, harassing and in some cases sexually assaulting women who are far older than him. One could also argue that the whole town knew about it. It almost seems like the villain scene from one of the 80s films where the landowner would take advantage of the people working in his home. And that is what it sounds like if you listen to the local media in Karnataka, the Kannada media, and all of the stories that are coming out on what was in these visuals. Now, in latest update in the Prajwal Revanna case, there is another case that's been registered by a Zilla Panchayat member who is in her 40s, who claims that for over 3 years, Prajwal Revanna regularly raped her and made videotapes of it. He recorded it on his phone and he used those recordings to blackmail her to rape her over and over again. The FIR has now been registered by the CID, who's investigating the case. The woman has given her statement, we understand, to that SIT as well. Prajwal Revanna is now booked under rape or repeatedly of the same woman, which is section 376. Physical contact, advances that are unwelcome, the assault of criminal force of a woman with the intent to disrobe, voyeurism, and violation of privacy in the very least. This woman has claimed that she would have to meet the MP and the MLA on a regular basis to request funds, to request work to get done. And he at one point took her into the room, forced her to disrobe, and then raped her and made a video of it and then used that video to do it over and over again. In the meantime, his father is also accused, apart from other things, of kidnapping in a fresh case that has come up. Now, he is an MLA. He's been booked in a kidnapping case just today. A 20-year-old man has filed a complaint that his mother, who was one of the women in those videos, has gone missing, and the police have now registered a complaint. This is the case of Prajwal Revanna, and in this video, if you stay to the end, we will answer the following questions. Did the Devegowda family know what Prajwal Revanna was doing? 2. Did the BJP top brass know Prajwal Revanna's history with sexual assault and harassment while they made him a candidate of the NDA? And 3. Did the Congress party know, and did they wait for the right time to use this politically instead of helping the woman or the multiple women who were being abused? We'll answer these questions through the course of the video. Let's get straight to first the breakup of who Prajwal Revanna is. Now, I'm from Karnataka. I'm familiar with this family. This is a political family. This is what the Prime Minister would call a Parivarvad family. Everybody's in this. In this family is in politics. Everybody in this family is very powerful. But for people outside of Karnataka, this is the family tree. This is who these people are. Right on top is Mr. Devegowda, former Chief Minister, former Prime Minister of the country. He's nearly 91 years old, but the media will constantly talk about how astute he is, how sharp he is, how young he is in his mind. Now, he joined politics when he was about 20 years old, and he's been in politics ever since. In 1962, he won the state assembly seat from Hassan. This is where his grandson Prajwal Revanna is currently contesting from, where his entire family has contested from. This is the stronghold, Hassan. That is where he had won his first seat. He held that seat for 3 terms. He then in 1994 became chief minister. In 1996, he became prime minister of a sort of hodgepodge of a coalition that had been put together at that time that sort of catapulted him to New Delhi. He's a very respected, he remains respected in spite of everything that has come out. He's a respected, very strong leader in Karnataka and holds a great deal of power. He has 2 sons, the older of whom is H.D. Revanna, the younger is H.D. Kumaraswamy. Now, Revanna, as you know, inherited the Hassan seat in the state assembly, where he has been an MLA for a very long time. He's also a very powerful man. He's also being accused right now of sexual harassment. The second son, Kumaraswamy, although inherited the political legacy, he's 2-time chief minister, and he is at this point for the Lok Sabha contesting from Mandya. Now, both Prajwal Revanna and H.D. Kumaraswamy contesting from Mandya and from Hassan in alliance with the BJP. So Prajwal Revanna is the grandson of a former Prime Minister. He is the nephew of a former Chief Minister. He is the son of a current sitting MLA and he is a sitting MP. He's a very powerful man in Hassan and the family has a very strong hold. This dynasty, this Parivarvad politics family is an opportunistic dynasty. If you track Karnataka politics, basically they control the Vokaliga vote, which is a caste of sheep herders and farmers. And that's a fairly strong vote in the Hassan region. And so they always win a few seats from there, just enough seats to become what is known as kingmakers. So they have formed different governments over different periods, sometimes with the BJP, sometimes with the Congress. And it's really difficult to tell which way they will go. In fact, Kumaraswamy has been chief minister twice, once with this side and once with that side. So being opportunistic is their kind of politics. And at this point, while they were looking for which winner to side with, obviously the winner that they thought was the Prime Minister. So they've actually now in an alliance with the BJP. The BJP has given them 3 seats out of a total of 28 seats in Karnataka, and 2 of those three seats being contested by the family, the H.D. Kumaraswamy and Prajwal Revanna. That's where we are right now. So this man, Prajwal Revanna, who's the prime accused at this point, is so big and so well connected that the Prime Minister himself flew down to Hassan and campaigned for him and requested for votes for him. This is an important point. It's going to come up a little later. Now, this is what has happened since then. 3 days before actual voting happened, everywhere in Hassan, they were suddenly strewed with pen drives. On the seats of the public buses, in the garbage dumps, wherever you went, there were these pen drives. If you plug in the pen drive, what do you find? Nearly 3,000 videos featuring Prajwal Revanna abusing, harassing, in some cases disrobing, inappropriately touching, and very obviously criminal action against women. Now, this caused a scandal across the board. At this point, we had several women organizations who got together and they wrote officially to the State Commission for Women. The State Commission for Women wrote letters to the Chief Minister and to the police and requested for cases to be filed. Now, in these videos that then promptly went viral on WhatsApp, I must point out to you, I haven't seen these videos. I have, listened very carefully to what the local media is saying about it and to what other media is saying about it, but I must point out that I haven't personally seen these videos. Now, from what we understand in these videos, that there are domestic workers who worked in their home, there are government workers who worked in government offices who needed to meet Prajwal Revanna because he was the member of parliament, who were constantly being abused by him. There's one story in the local media about one woman who has come forward to file a complaint who said that the 6 domestic workers who worked in their home were constantly scared that Prajwal now will come home. And if he comes home and calls for you, this means only one thing, that he's going to abuse you. In fact, the men who worked in the house would warn these women to stay away from him. That is how public this entire, well-known his behavior was. Now, we understood that the women were too terrified to actually go to the police and complain because of how powerful this man was. On the 24th of April, a forum of women's organizations got together and they wrote to the Women's Commission. The Women's Commission then wrote to the Chief Minister and to the police. On the 27th of April, the Chief Minister announced an SIT, that there would be a special investigating team that would be put together to look into this case. There was, of course, immense political pressure on this case. But the questions to ask here right now, who leaked the videos? Where did the videos come from? That's when this man comes into play. This is G. Devraj Gowda. He's a member of the BJP and he's always been contesting from Hassan and he has lost to the Gowda family in Hassan multiple times. He was obviously hoping to win the ticket for Hassan this time from the BJP, but the BJP entered an alliance with the JDS and that ticket was given to Prajwal Revanna. Now, we understand that in September last year, this man gave a televised interview in which he said, what is this Revanna talking? Women are not safe in his own home. Everybody knows that a woman who goes into his home will be abused. So that was the first mention of it. In December last year, he wrote apparently to the General Secretary of the BJP and to the State President of the BJP. And he said that he's received a pen drive in which, and there's a specific number, there are 2,976 videos of women being abused by this man. The family, he said, has many allegations against them. He also said in his letter that the local Congress leaders have access to this pen drive as well, and they're just waiting for the opportune moment to use it. So he warned the BJP that aligning with this family, and specifically with Prajwal Revanna as candidate, will embarrass the BJP nationally. If this man is given a ticket, we should avoid them completely. Now, it seems like that letter was completely ignored, because that's exactly what happened. They aligned with the GDS and they gave this man a ticket. Not only that, the Prime Minister then campaigned for him. In January this year, he did another television interview in which he said, and this is again the BJP's Devraj Gowda, he said that many people have come to him with complaints. Women, single women, married women, elderly women, married couples together have come to complain about how Prajwal Revanna has abused them and has ruined their lives. This he said on record. In fact, the reason then, the next question is, if these videos were available already last year, why weren't they made viral? Why didn't the media report about it? Because in June last year, Revanna filed a case in a civil court in Bangalore and got for himself a gag order preventing 86 media organizations and 3 individuals from using any of these visuals or publishing any of these visuals, which he said were morphed in order to embarrass him. Now, apparently, the civil courts in Bangalore, News Minute has reported about this, have a track record of constantly releasing gag orders in favor of politicians and against the media. So the media wasn't able to report about this. But apparently, everybody in question already knew. And the reason why these videos came out is because Prajwal Revanna had a driver. Now, this driver worked with him for 7 years. And one could understand that someone who works as a driver will be privy to your goings and comings and what's going on and what you're doing. They had a fight, and when the driver left, he apparently took a copy of all of these videos from Prajwal's phone. The driver himself has put out a video right now to the media in which he talks about how he was harassed. His wife was kidnapped by the Gowda family, by Prajwal Revanna. And so he went then to Devraj Gowda, who is a lawyer and an opposition politician, for help, saying, can you help me take on this family? Because this family was so strong, everybody was afraid to take them on. And it's likely that that is how Devraj Gowda, who was helping the driver, came in possession of these videos. Now, again, we know that Prajwal Revanna has since then said that these are morphed videos, these are not real videos. Now, whether the videos were morphed or not, and whether someone took the trouble to actually morph over 2,700 videos of this one man, whether the videos were shot on his phone, when they were shot, all of that can actually come clean through a forensic investigation that one hopes the SIT that has been put together is actually doing. Now, after that, the videos came out right before voting. The SIT was constituted. The SIT is looking into allegations of sexual abuse. They've also put out a lookout circular for Prajwal Revanna, because he has not appeared before the investigators to answer questions. Where is he? He has fled the country and gone to Germany the moment that voting was over. Now, the family has turned around and said that he's not run away. He's just taking a break after his grueling sort of campaign trail. He wants just a holiday and he's going to come back. Revanna has also put out a statement. Prajwal Revanna has put out a statement on social media saying that his lawyer is in touch with the investigators and he's asked for some time to appear before the investigators. He's asked for more time. The SIT has issued a notice to his father, HD Revanna, who's been named as an accused in the complaint of one woman. Now, one woman, like I told you, who worked in their family, came forward and said it was not just the son, but even the father who would sexually abuse women while his wife was not in the house. Now, Revanna has since then gone to court and asked for anticipatory bail in this case, just in case the police come to arrest him. Now, what is the statements or what are the answers that various political parties have put out? The Gowda family, H.D. Kumaraswamy, has first of all distanced himself. Now, I must bring in perspective here that while Deva Gowda is a respected, powerful man, his 2 sons have always feuded and they've always wanted a slice of the pie for their respective children. So the 2 sons, which is Revanna and H.D. Kumaraswamy, don't get along. So as soon as this came out, the first thing that happened was Kumaraswamy himself spoke to the press and he said that I've not done anything. Deva Gowda has not done anything. This has nothing to do with us. Let's wait for the SIT probe to be completed and we will see what needs to be done. Kumaraswamy also said, he went as far as saying that the BJP cannot be blamed in any way, that the Prime Minister cannot be blamed for campaigning, because what the BJP did was just give us 3 out of 28 seats. And we chose who should get those tickets. So from within the JDS, we have chosen that Revanna should contest from Hassan. The BJP hasn't chosen, so they cannot be blamed. So Kumaraswamy here actually sort of defending the ally BJP and sort of protecting the BJP from the blowback on this particular case. The BJP, on the other hand, has effectively said that we didn't know, the law will take its course. The Home Minister has come out to say that, we will not stand for anyone who has abused women. This is not something that we want to associate with. Just note Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. I'm putting this as a sidebar here, who remained an MP till his term was over, and now that ticket has been given to his son. So just saying there. But the BJP kept asking, why has the Congress not done anything so far? In fact, Amit Malviya of the BJP put out a tweet that said, DK Shivkumar has known for months apparently, and why has he not done anything so far? Priyanka Gandhi took, sort of aim at the BJP and said that when she leaves the country, every time the BJP seems to know about it. So why do they not know when a man like this has left the country? The External Affairs Ministry responding, saying that Prajwal Revanna has a diplomatic passport as a sitting MP. It cannot be revoked unless there's a court order to do so. So there was no way to stop him from traveling. But because there's a lookout notice, as soon as he touches Indian soil, he will be picked up by the police and taken in for questioning. Now, coming back to the 3 questions we asked in the beginning. Did the Gowda family know? It appears from reporters, and if you can watch a couple of the stories on the internet, it appears from what reporters are saying, everybody in Hassan knew. It appears like the driver knew, all of the workers in their home knew, all of the government officers knew, all of the gardeners knew, everybody knew. And these were people, as if you go by the videos, who were serving various members of the family, which means that they had access to other members of the family. They would have had the ability to tell other members of the family. So it would be difficult to believe at this point that the Gowda family did not know to some extent what was going on, and they have just chosen to look the other way. The second question that we want to know is, did the BJP know? Did the top brass of the BJP know? Now, we do know that Devraj Gowda wrote a letter to the National General Secretary of the BJP. We also know that the BJP tends to spend a lot of time and energy picking their candidates for winnability very, very carefully. We know this about the BJP. All political analysts will tell you that they're extremely careful, and they scrutinize every candidate for winnability before they pick the candidate. So would there have been a possibility that the BJP basically just handed over 3 seats to the JDS and said, okay, fine, pick whoever you want? That seems rather unlikely. Having said that, though, the JDS has now suspended Prajwal Revanna, which means that even if it turns out that he wins the seat, he's no longer a member of the JDS, so it's not a JDS seat. And because JDS is in alliance with the BJP, it will not be a seat that gets added to the NDA. So if I'm not mistaken, if he wins, he will have won as an independent candidate. And finally, did the Congress know? There seems to be enough evidence to suggest that the Congress party may have also had access to these videos, that they may have waited for the opportune time to release the videos after the Prime Minister had campaigned, after this man had stood as a candidate, after the whole thing had been done just before voting, so that it causes maximum damage. Now, the question we have to ask is, politically, yes, it might have served your purpose, but what happens to all of the women in question? Because this sort of thing was allowed to carry on for so long. We should also remember that at many points in the past, the Congress was in an alliance with the GDS as well. So for as long as it doesn't serve your purpose or serves your purpose, you look the other way. And when it serves your purpose politically, you use the videos. So really, the fundamental basis of this is, in terms of where women stand as far as politics is concerned in this country, the answer is not very high, not very important, unless it comes to asking for our votes.